Aunt Beck here, but that's not Aunt Beck. That's my sister Robin. And that's her little puppy Blue. She said, yes, Mama. That's Blue. And over there you see Cosmo.
My cow pets.
And Sheba is back there. She's just chilling. Sheba's getting to be an old girl. So we're just visiting Robin's room here she has at her house. And she's working on some pots. And nobody's here yet because I forgot to share it. I haven't done a live anymore. So Robin's been doing pottery for like 20 years or more.
30.
30. Oh my goodness. 30 years.
Yeah.
30 years in pottery. So this is some of her pieces right here. Hi, Mary. So we're visiting with my sister before we go to lunch with our other sister. Blue, that's not a very attractive pose.
Blue.
She says, I'm on camera. Hi, Gail. Hi, Mary. Hi, Marty. Marty says, hi, Becky and Robin.
Hi, guys.
Angie's here. Yes, she's got over 30 years in pottery. She's got various pieces around, too.
So I've got some pieces up there, a few of them for the big Anagama kiln that I get to be part of that's in 2 weeks. So that's my art pottery. And I'm actually going to have my first professional artist gallery show with the group in October up in Anderson. So I'm super excited about that.
Cool.
And then the rest of this is stuff that I make primarily for our historical reenactment group. So
it's more Roman pieces.
Some of it, the ones that the cups I'm working on now are more medieval time period. And they'll get little press molds of heraldic animals and things. And this is my summer bread and butter.
This is what she does in the summer. In the rest of the year, she's an art teacher.
Yeah.
For elementary school. Hi, Anne.
Explains the explosion of art material behind you. Dave says it's like a Michael's exploded.
Yeah. So you just bring home some supplies and then others get migrated back?
Well, usually I'll buy something to try it out and see if it's something I can work with the kids with. Or sometimes I get excited about having money to spend for GT classes and order stuff and get it in and practice with it and go, oh no, the kids aren't going to be able to do this. Yeah. But it usually leads to a jumping off point for something else. So.
And you work with elementary school kids, like kindergarten to...
Pre-K to 5.
Pre-K to 5.
So the pre-K has been really challenging because they everything is new to them and no motor skills. So.
Yeah. So does anybody have any questions for Robin? I saw somebody say they always wanted to get in there. Gail said, oh gosh, a Great Dane in a pottery studio?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a Great Dane Beagle mix, right?
Blue Tick Hound.
Blue Tick Hound.
Yeah.
Mix. Cosmo's getting into something on the ironing board.
My phone. And my coffee.
Cosmo.
I shouldn't have left my coffee up there. He'll knock it over.
So he's like Howard. He likes coffee. Now, there's one of your mugs with the item pressed on.
Yeah.
See, like that. That's what she does.
And this one stayed home because it's got a little chip in the mouth.
Oh.
Our cabinet is full of seconds.
Seconds, the ones that didn't make it to market.
My babies that needed to stay home for special care. Yeah, I got a picture you made for me. I haven't gotten a lot of stuff hung up in here. We really need to figure out a good way to hang stuff in drywall. It's like I've got the plaster masks that I've made. Yeah. Kind of hard to see because they're all sitting all over the place.
Yeah, those would be cool hung up.
Yeah. This was Gwendolyn's room, which is why the walls are red and there's still some shuriken hanging on the wall.
Oh.
I didn't really convert it so much as just kind of moved in and started going. But it sure beats being out in the shed with no AC.
Yeah. So. Janet Baum says, I took my kids weekly to a pottery shop for us to create and we loved it.
That's awesome.
It is. Hey, Ruth.
A lot of rec centers have pottery classes.
Yeah. Gail says, Becky, did you say she does the earth firing? Your kiln that's in the ground, is that
Yeah.
considered earth firing?
No, it's actually a primitive updraft kiln. But at your feet, because this is the place where everything is shoved in, there are some black and white pots.
Okay, back up, Blue.
Blue,
Back up.
come here, come here, come on. And those are done in a
Oh,
pit
pretty.
fire.
See, these were done in a pit fire.
Those were done 2 years ago. Blue, stop.
So there's that one.
Maybe you need to go.
Do you want to go outside? Bye, Blue. She'll come back
That
later.
won't work, but just a minute.
I know. You want to hold this one because it's so big?
Sure, yeah.
So these were pit fired.
And I used a white slip, so all of the black marking is from the soot.
And from what I understand, you can add different things to your fire and it'll change the flame.
Yeah, that's something I would love to experiment with. It's kind of labor intensive. The pit firings are. So it's not something I've gotten into a lot.
Oh, I like this one. This one's cool. Yeah.
They're all a little dusty.
Isn't that cool? I like how you did the indentations on it with a spiral in the middle.
I've got some really cool press tools, and the spiral one is one that I use a lot.
Oh, that's so cool.
I love spirals. So this one that was part of the set, I was looking everywhere for it yesterday because it makes the perfect indentation for
your octopus
tentacles on the octopus. And I don't know. Yeah, I had put it in with. So right now I've got so many different styles of pottery going on. I've got the stuff for the anagama. I've got some Roman pieces that need to get made. And then I've also started experimenting with some Neolithic pottery. So I've got a bin, and somehow that had ended up in the bin with the Neolithic, where you're doing all the little designs with the teeny tiny little bits of stick or shell.
Oh, wow.
But it's hand building, and I thought during my recovery that would be a good thing to do. So.
Yeah. Well, everybody, Gail was it Gail? I think Gail said she had to leave, but she's going to watch the rest when she gets home. She's sneaking and watching it work. What an attitude on that cat's face. Just look at him.
He did not approve this particular activity today.
Uh-oh.
He did not sign off on it. He is the supervisor.
Yeah. Oh, you have to tell the story of how you got that cat.
So I work at an elementary school, and some kids had come into class, and they were talking about this fluffy black cat that was wandering around the school, and who did it belong to, and all of this. Well, after they left, I had my planning period, and I looked out, and in the little courtyard between my room and the pre-K room, there was the cat, and it was trying to follow the janitor into the pre-K room, and he does not like cats. So he was all, pushing away with his feet. So I just opened my door and went, kitty, 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 and he came walking in. We figured he was probably about 4 or 5 months old, and I started trying to find out what we needed to do. Well, someone told me that one of the teachers that was allergic was going to call the pound to come get him because she was afraid that there might be some kids with allergies and they could get sick from the cat. Meanwhile, my pre-K class had come in and sat on the carpet, and the cat had just wandered through and taken pets and been just, the calmest thing I've ever seen in a pre-K class. So when they left, I called my daughter and was like, hey, can y'all ride up here and get this cat? Because I don't want him to go to the pound. We'll go get I'm sure he's got a tag. We'll get him scanned. It'll be fine.
Nope.
No tag. Nobody came looking for him. So he's my cat. His name is Cosmos.
Cosmos.
He has lots of other names, not all suitable for recording.
Janet Baum wants to know the name of your website.
It's claybabypottery.com. I update the Facebook page a lot more often, though.
Yeah, so if you go to Clay Baby Pottery on Facebook, you can get her there better.
Yeah. And even that I need to do better at.
Yeah, because I looked at your website, and I think the last thing was before the pandemic.
Yeah. A friend of mine helped set it up, and I know how to go in, but I just technology and me not close buddies. So,
Yeah.
but I do need to get in there. I'll probably plan to do that after Penzic,
Yeah.
because I'll be rushing to try to get as much made before then.
And Penzix happens in Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
and y'all travel up there and you sell your merchandise at Penzic.
Yeah, it's set up almost like a medieval village, and everybody's camping. They already have 9,000 people pre-regged.
That's a huge site.
Yeah, well, our normal attendance is over 10,000.
Wow.
But everyone was expecting that it would be really poorly attended this year, between gas prices and everything else. But for us to have that many pre-regged,
Yeah.
and I haven't sold pottery there for 2 years, so apparently there are people that need a fix. Or so I've been told at the couple of events we've gone to.
No pressure.
It's fine. It's fine.
All right, Janet, that's Clay, Clay, baby, Baby, and she's on Clay Baby Pottery. Clay, like she's using clay to make these. Clay Baby Pottery. You're welcome. So yep, she's got her handles all lined up. So you're adding handles to the pots.
So part of the problem I have this time of year is controlling the drying, because the AC will dry it out faster.
Too faster.
But it's got to be the right dryness to put the handles on. So trying to get the handles on before we go to lunch, and then I'll cover them, and then I can come back and decorate, and then throw the batch for tomorrow. So
cool.
Yeah.
So y'all can watch her put a handle on here in a second. And we're going to go to lunch here in a little bit with our other sister, Rhonda. So she's just pushing her handle in.
Just basically kind of making a mark of where it's going to be.
And then you got to do the scoring.
You see the bottom's still a little bit too wet, so I can't push that too hard, but I can reach the inside at the top to support it to get a good connection. And then I can come in and press around it.
Yeah, because when it's too wet, then the handle sinks in if you push too hard.
Yeah. So I'll come back and attach that better after it's had a few minutes to dry.
You're welcome, Teresa. I've been wanting to do this for a while because everybody asks about my sister that does the pottery. So I said, well, since I'm going over there, thank you, Janet. She put a link to your website.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
So I said, I'm going to lunch with her. Let me ask if she'd be okay with it. And she said, okay.
I've tried to get more comfortable with recording myself. You'd think with being a teacher during the pandemic, I would have broken some of that camera shyness, but not really. Not so much.
Yeah. Well, it's a different thing. You get used to it though. Right, Anne? Anne used to teach history and religions and
oh wow.
Yeah. So, and she's watching. Thanks for the thumbs up. Is that slip that you use to attach the handles?
Actually, it's just the water from the clay that I throw with, so it kind of becomes slip. It's got enough clay in it to help with the adhesion.
Yeah. So it's not actually mixed up slip. It's just her water that she uses when she's throwing. Because when you throw, you have to get some moisture on it to make the clay move, right?
Yeah. And that's another, too much and it slides or slips, and not enough water and it doesn't slide enough. So this one, I think I can reach the bottom to, yeah, there we go.
Yes, we're all ours except for our sister Hazel. She was adopted and Mom wanted to change her name to Rachel, but Hazel wasn't going to have it at 3 years old to change her name. And so she's Hazel. So it's Rebecca, Robin, Rhonda, and Hazel. And then our brother Jack, his first name used to be Robert Jack. Mm-hmm. But then when our stepfather adopted all of them, he wanted his name to be Jack. So they changed it to his previous last name being his middle name. And so he had both of his family names instead of having the Robert on there because he didn't want to be Robert. And you know, when they get you in school, they want you to use your proper name. And I don't think Jack wanted any part of being a Robert. And then Charles is just Charles.
Charles in charge.
Charles in charge.
Do you remember when Hazel was upset because she was the only person with the Z in her name? So Mom got her the Cabbage Patch doll and named it Susie, but with a Z.
Oh, I don't remember that. Oh, there was a question. Let me see if I can get back to it. When you throw it, doesn't it break? LOL, just kidding. Okay, that was just a joke. Teresa, you're funny.
You've met my husband, haven't you?
Yeah, her husband's a card and a half.
If it can be a pun or a wordplay, it is. Bless his heart, though. He knows how much this does for me therapeutically and has no problem telling me, don't you need a little shop time? Yes, hon. Go play in the mud for a little bit.
All right, I'm going to stand up and just show some of the pieces that are kind of hiding. Like this octopus. He was a candle holder, right?
Yeah. He went there. Now I gotta figure out what to do with him next.
So you each of his tentacles. Oh, and then she makes these. These are cool too.
Tamari.
Tamari balls. Aren't they cool looking? That's done with thread, Mary. That'd be right up your alley. Oh, did you do the tapestry on the wall?
Uh-huh. It's going to be painted one of these days.
I remember we did tapestries for y'all's wedding.
Yeah.
That was cool. Show you her mask. Oh, we got to make sure we don't step on Miss Sheba. Sheba's very old. Aren't you, baby girl?
Her job has always been to keep me company in the shop.
So there's one of the masks right there, hanging on the candelabra. And then she's got some more on the top shelf up there. And she makes those cool mugs like that. I like that one.
Those were done for a fairy festival in Myrtle Beach.
Oh, cool.
And I kept one because they've asked for them for 3 years, and I always have to remember what I'm doing. So
oh goodness,
I just made an extra this time. I was like, oh, we'll go right there.
Now, is is this a cow? Is that an aquamanil or is?
It's called a and the name goes right under my head. It's not a kylix. Oh, it'll come to me in a minute.
That's cool.
It's a pouring vessel that the Greeks and Romans used to aerate the wine. So you weren't supposed to drink from it. You used it to scoop out of the larger, and then as you pour it. And you want to make a History Geek scream? Show me a show where they're drinking out of it.
Oh.
No, that's not how that works.
So it's more like a dipping device.
Right.
Cool.
Rhyton. That's what it's called. A rhyton.
A rhyton. And there's an octopus tentacle. And there's one she's added some leaves to. And she made me a kitty. I have a kitty cat kind of like this, but mine's orange kitty. And his head comes off, right?
Yep.
He's a cookie jar.
He's a cookie jar. But his head and his body are not proportionally correct. So he's hanging out with me until I figure out what to do with him.
I think he's awesome. Oh, I like the lady's figure in the back there. That's a vase?
Yeah.
That is cool.
Just trying to experiment with stuff.
So little
now that
pots.
I actually have some places to make artwork instead of just usable stuff. I love making usable stuff. I don't mean to make it sound that way.
I know. And see, I made that. Ta-da! Don't want to step on Sheba. What are you going to do with these? Are you going to turn this into a wind chime?
I was thinking either a wind chime or pendants.
Oh, okay.
I want to experiment with putting a little bit of glass in them and firing it.
Oh, yeah. That would be cool.
Happens with the glass.
Oh, those would be cool hung together to catch the wind.
Yeah.
All right, guys. This is where she does her mess making.
Lots of mess.
And you can look out the window. You need a bird feeder to watch.
I do, but we also have a lot of yard work to do in that corner.
Oh,
But we're getting there slowly and surely. Now that I can get some stuff done. Yeah. But I love being able to look out on my porch.
oh yeah.
Would be another good place for a bird feeder.
And the cat would enjoy it too. She actually has another cat around here somewhere. He's sleeping in the sunshine.
Mm-hmm. Bengal.
All right, I think we're gonna sign off. Do you guys have any last questions for Robin before we sign off? I don't want to make this video too long. Although she's making great progress with her handles as we go along.
Yeah, I got one more, and then this one gets 2 more handles because it's a sharing cup.
Oh, okay, cool.
Kind of leaving it to let that first handle firm up.
Settle.
Yeah.
All right, I don't see any questions coming in, so I think I'm going to sign off. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this little chat with my sister in her studio.
Thanks for visiting.
And I will see you guys probably tomorrow night for our regular live time. I know I said I was going to take this week off, and surprise, I'm not. All right, take care, guys. Bye.